Simmer down, simmer down, simmer down now. Simmer down now. Simmer down now. Simmer down.
YouTube, what is going on? My name is Canadian Hoser, and this is episode 9, I believe it is, of Hoser Plays MW3, and I'm playing some Headquarters, which is a game that I don't typically play. I've just recently started because I want to play a game where I can get really high up on the leaderboards. And I've been playing it for a couple days, and I'm already top 400,000 or something, top 300, yeah, top 300,000 I am now. And I mean, that's not great, but I mean, I've only been playing it for like 2 or 3 days, which I think is decent. And we were getting if you haven't seen my squeaker theory video, I have a theory that I find to be very true, and that's the later in the day you play, the more difficult your opponents will be. So for example, like you'll play like, and the reason this is because the younger kids, they go to bed earlier, and this may sound ridiculous, but I find it to be very true. And we were playing this game like at, I don't know, maybe 10:30 or something like that at night, and we were just getting like spanked. The penetration was deep all night, and we were getting absolutely killed. And so we decided we'd go try hard, and I made a class just for Headquarters, and we got into a decent game where everybody wasn't insanely good, and you can see me and somebody else, some random guy there on the objective, and Med Squirts is here too, and we see them all on the radar, and we're like, shoot and don't stop. And we're doing some work here, and then they all start to just file one by one through this door, very conveniently for all of us. And I love the FAD because it's got such ridiculously large clip size, and I didn't feel like reloading, so I picked up the ACR, which is the most retardedly overpowered weapon. I never use it because I just feel like a dick using it, but I used it here. I picked it up, and then I pick up my FAD, and then I see them on the mini-map, so I switch to the Scorpion, but that won't get me very far, so I take some time to reload over here, and then I go in, I maybe get 1 or 2 more, and you can see me and Med Squirts, we were raping the kill feed here, and then you can see that I get killed here, and now we go to Med Squirts, and here he just goes ham on everybody. There's 1, 2, and you think he may be done here, but not quite. Gets the 1, gets the 2, then he goes around here, and the darn last stand, final stand, second chance thing gets you every time. And right now I'm using support, and the only reason I'm using the kill streaks that I am on support is because I'm trying to get the title for the ballistic vest, SAM turret, and remote sentry. And I'm trying to eventually get the title for all the support kill streaks, so you'll see me using them a lot. And this guy's taking a nap on the job there. I don't even know what he thinks he's doing. There's a war going on, and he's slacking. And Harry Houdini has his way with him and makes him disappear. And yeah, it's always good to play the objective because you get quite a bit of experience out of Headquarters too. I mean, if you capture or destroy an objective, and ballistic vest is what I've been using recently, and I find they're so helpful. I mean, they've saved me an uncountable amount of times. I mean, probably same for people who are using it. And I get in a little bit of a cheap head glitching. No, I wouldn't say head glitching because my head's not that low to the counter, but yeah, I get in a nice little spot here, and there's always that one spot that's good to secure the objective, and you don't really want too many people right on the objective or else it won't work. You maybe want like 1 or 2 people maybe on the objective at the most, and then you want to kind of set up a position around it, which is what everybody's doing here. And I never do that, but that's just kind of the way it happened in this game, and it turned out to work very, very well. And again, the FAD's ridiculously large clip size saves me again. I don't have very good aim, so I like to have things that have a good clip size, like a decent sized clip size, so I can spray a little bit, because as you'll see, and if you watch any of my other videos, my aim is subpar. And I pick up this last guy to get my ballistic vest, but then I die again. And you'll see really soon there's a strategy that I use that I find is very helpful when using the remote sentry. And yeah, so I run onto the objective, and the UAV is so helpful in this game type because you can always see which direction they're coming into the objective from. And I start hard scoping here, just camping, waiting for them to come through the doorway because I can see they're coming. And then here I just have a brain fart. I know they're coming, I see them coming through the door, and I just don't get my scope down in time. But yeah, so here's what I do. So what you want to do if you have the remote sentry, and I find this is a great strategy, you want to get your remote sentry on the objective, and then you want to capture the objective, then you want to get off into a safe spot that's relatively close to the objective, so you can get there if you need to. And then you just hop into your remote sentry, and you can do work while staying alive. And if your remote sentry goes, if it all goes south, then you can like throw a grenade, which is what I end up doing. Cause, yep, so and you can see I've already picked off 2, and there's an assault drone right outside the door, which I don't even. We were shooting at each other, and then my accuracy again was great. But the assault drone just kind of gives up because we're not doing anything. And yeah, this guy finally gets me. So in a game, you can just get into a safe position where you can get up and throw the grenade, and I get a kill out of it, which helps out a lot. And yeah, this game we were actually hoping on what we usually do, or what you should do in this, well, not should, but can do, and a lot of people do it, is they get up a decent lead, which we have now, and then they just start to get a lot of kills. They don't even pay attention to the objective. They camp out around it, but not on it, so they don't capture it. So the game drags on, because 20-minute games in this, I mean, that's a long game. And yeah, our team didn't really want to drag the game on, I guess. I don't know. It was just me and Med Squirts in this game. But yeah, Med Squirts, you can see he's like 8th prestige or something, and I don't get how he does it. He gets such a ridiculously high score in all the games he plays. So he prestiged 1 full time in the time I grew 20 levels, and I just don't get how it is done. And you can see here our team is starting to collapse on the objective. So I do this thing with the remote sentry, but there's really no use in it anymore since the game's right about to end. And you can see I hop into the remote sentry just in time for the game to end, and I turn to my left and there's people all over me. But thank you very much for watching. 400-0, and I believe my final score was 25-5. And yeah, thumbs up if you like it. Perhaps subscribe. I mean, who knows? And thank you very much for watching.